agreements we've made with our partners, what projects we have already been put into operation. When we are at the preparation stage, I'll show you on the map the land plots that we own and we bought, and you'll see that we are the owners of those land plots, or the companies that are part of our group of companies. Now I'm very thankful to all of you who came here, because they're very busy businessmen, and we invited them here. We've invested in their equity, we invested in their capital 50-50, and they are engaged in different areas of business. And now let's make some noise to those guys, because I'm gonna train you how to make noise. Come on, come on, come on, do it already. Start clapping, yes. Start making some noise. Do you want to hear about people and companies we work with? Now, I would like you to make some noise for the first partner, Evgeny Kabanov. He's our specialist consultant on cryptocurrency and crypto markets. Let's put some background music. Come on. Evgeny Kabanov. Represents the company UGPay. It's 50-50 equity. Yesterday you heard, Evgeny, could you please sit down? Yes? Remember, yesterday we heard about Marvel. We're not Marvel, we're like Kid Marvel, but we haven't yet invested in Marvel. But we're investing in a company that is creating Asian Marvel. And I would like to invite Nurlan from Kyrgyzstan. You know that we invest in filmmaking, and he will show you something new. Nurlan, hello. The next company that we invested in is, well, we now have this collaboration. The company Serik, where are you? I'm here. Shikard company. Now next we have a very famous business trainer, not only in the Russian territory but in the United States, our fellow countryman who lives in the United States, Alex Yanovsky, who created a perfect system of restaurant chain. Sushi master, Alex, hello. And one more person. It's about production here in India. Dmitry Voronov. Innovative Technologies, Basalt. So I would like you to give some noise, to make some noise for him. Come on. You remember? When we clap, we print money. Evgeny Kabanov, where are you? I will sit down too. Evgeny, where art thou? Where are you? So, I would like to give the floor first to Dmitry Voronov. He'll tell us about his company himself, what the company does, and what are the promising areas of development we can have in Indian market. And then, if Dmitry doesn't cover all your questions, I will ask some of the questions myself. Hello, everyone. Can we please put up the presentation of the Basalt Innovative Technologies company on screen? Do you have it? Yeah. While we are putting up the presentation, I would like to take this opportunity and congratulate you on your 5th anniversary and thank you for our cooperation, hopefully. And I'm sure that it is going to be fruitful and it will be a long-standing cooperation. So accept my congratulations. Russian-speaking guys, if you have a device and you have some English-speaking guys or other language-speaking guys close to you, give your devices to them, then you'll take it back, because you won't need the devices right now, because we have a Russian-speaking panel here. Well, they're fetching the clicker. What your company is going to do and why you chose us as your partners, and what are the promising areas of development that you see? Well, our company is a joint company that we've created together, will develop a new technology. It's a technology of production of different composite materials from stone, and the stone is called basalt. And it's a gift from nature. It's a product of magma. When the volcano erupts, that's what we have. Well, basically, 30% of the surface of the Earth is composed of different magma-related minerals, including basalt. And as of today, it is one of the main trends. It's environmental friendly, because it's not only important to develop innovative technologies and products, but to preserve our planet as well. And basalt can help us a lot, help the entire humanity. And the companies that we've created will have a so-called continuous basalt fiber, which will be used to make different products, starting from furniture, skis, and the spaceships. Well, essentially, a lot of different companies are interested in this technology right now across the globe. Elon Musk gave a task to his team to focus on basalt, because he had an idea to make houses for pioneers on the Mars from basalt. We have a chance at being part of this project. Basalt, due to its characteristics, is superior to many materials. It can totally replace fiberglass and metal, and it is totally an ideal construction material for housing. We plan also to produce cars, ships, and aircraft. Those products are not going to corrode, rot, so they will be anti-corrosive. They will be almost like eternal products. But we need to take into account one thing. They can be the waste from basalt can be used again in the production. So we can recycle basalt. We will not harm our planet in any way whatsoever. At the moment, the potential market for composite materials containing basalt fiber is several $1 billion worth, and our plans for the next 10 years incorporate becoming a leading company in the production of basalt-based composite materials. Well, as I already mentioned, 30% of the Earth's crust consists of basalt. So that's how they originally look like. It's magma. Now we have already more than 500 explored deposits in our planet. So there will be no shortage of supply, which is very important for innovative production. On this slide, you can see different forms of application, starting from the chemical industry, where you can use basalt as filters. And some companies already use basalt products for making special filters to collect oil stains from the ocean surface. In India, the issue of environment and environment preservation is quite a relevant one. We're talking about cleaning the coastline, and basalt-based filters can be easily applied. They absorb any chemical materials and can be used several times, for 1 to 5 times. In addition, we can make different materials like cloths, starting from light industry to military production, and they can be used as construction materials too, like textiles, construction, and furniture. And a very interesting trend recently is industrial 3D printing, and our next step is the development of this specific sector. After we put into production our joint venture, we're going to launch 3D printing based on continuous fiber, basalt fiber, which is a very promising and, most importantly, profitable sector. Am I correct in understanding, Dmitry, that we can replace fittings, metal pipes? We can use it in the car building. We can build unibuses for Skyway, right? Yes, you're right. We can, first of all, this technology can very well fit into the technology that you already invested in, and you invested quite a lot of money, which is Skyway. Well, practically the entire Skyway stock can be produced using basalt continuous fibers. The unibuses, the rails, all of it can be manufactured using basalt fiber, and by doing so we can increase its service life, and we can increase the profitability of the entire project. Now on this slide you can see comparative characteristics. The dark blue is the possibilities of basalt. It's high temperature resistance. I guess it's better if I stand up, it will be easier for me. Now, basalts can resist very high temperatures. They can resist 700-800 degrees Celsius and even 1,000 degrees, but not for a long time. We are now developing technologies that will allow us to increase the temperature resistance even higher. It is very resistant, much more resistant than metal, and it is 1.5 times stronger than metal used in the construction of bridges, different reinforcement materials. In the United States, one of the companies called US Basalt, which has already built a number of local bridges consisting of basalt. And our task is to make sure that basalt is applied everywhere without even considering having any competitors. And the main advantage of basalt compared to other composite materials is its cost. Of course, our direct competitors, which is carbon fiber, which cost 15-20 times higher. And thanks to this quite weighty argument and advantage, we plan to win over the entire market. Since now we are in India, I would like to draw your attention and the attention of people present here to the fact that in India, thanks to the natural conditions and thanks to the fact that India is a quick developing country, the application of composite materials consisting of basalt fibers can be very much in demand. And as a first step, I would recommend considering I would recommend our partners to consider the possibility of setting up a small production facility. Within the next 2 years, we could build a plant which would produce 2.5 thousand tons, and which will pay back in literally 2 years. And annually, the annual turnover profits of revenue of such plant would be 8-15 million euros, which I think is quite an interesting investment vehicle. So please consider this option. On this slide you can see stages of production. The stone actually goes through from the entry to the plant and until the end of the cycle. Well, at first it might seem quite primitive, but believe you me, there are a lot of different details thanks to which this technology is one of a kind. We simply melt stone in a furnace, then we stretch it into a thread, and then we do different materials using those threads. Well, this is me. Thank you very much for your attention. Hopefully, we'll have a very good, long-standing cooperation. Dmitry, I have a question. According to our contract, we are going to invest 2 million euros, and I guess all of us have a question. What is our profit here, and what is the payback return on investment here, payback period? Well, the foundation, the fund, participates in this project 50-50, and the payback period of such a project since the commissioning of the production, 1.5 years. I guess we won't even wait for the payback period to set in. We're gonna have agreements with main producers. We've already started negotiations with BMW, Volkswagen, Airbus, Total, a lot of European, American and Japanese companies that are interested in this product, and I think that when we start producing the first batches, we will go back to those negotiations and we will build major production facilities in Europe, and not only in India. It might be a very promising project, which draws the attention not only of the local players, but also in the Middle East, in Southeast Asia, in Latin America. It promises a lot, and we need only to enter that market on time. So now we've already transferred half of the amount. So when the production facilities construction will start, and how much time do you need it? So when you're gonna commission or put into production the whole thing? Well, we're gonna achieve the design capacity at in February, March next year. Yes, 2020. So let's consider mid-2020. In the mid-2021, this project will already have the payback, and we have the richest person in metal here, called Mittal. We should start negotiating with them already. So, guys, if you know Mittal, one of the richest people who processes and sells metal, so if you know him, just please deliver this message to him, and we're gonna arrange a meeting, and I guess he will be very interested in our proposal. Now we're gonna pass the floor to Alex Yanovsky, who is not only a businessman but also a famous business trainer, and his projects are renowned all over the internet, and a lot of businessmen and partners know him as Master Sushi Chef and Master Sushi Coach and the owner. Okay, Alex, now I'm giving you the floor. Oh, good afternoon, dear friends. Can you hear me? Could you please put the volume up for Alex's microphone? Okay. Good afternoon, friends. I would like to congratulate your company on its 5-year anniversary. This is quite an important threshold. Our company is also 5 years old. We are contemporaries, peers. Our company is a chain of Japanese cuisine restaurants. We are now present in 10 countries. At the moment, we have 231 restaurants in 123 cities. Last month, we opened 23 restaurants. Now we are gaining momentum, and by the end of the year, we'll have 280 or even 300 restaurants. Our goal is to build the biggest chain of restaurants for the delivery of Japanese cuisine meals. It's like Starbucks, but Japanese style. We're gonna have 30,000 restaurants. After we achieve this goal, the capitalization of the company will be around $100 billion, while Starbucks capitalization is $120 billion. And the next goal is to open 2,000 restaurants in 1 year. We're gonna start working on it in April 2020 until April 2021. So we're gonna launch this huge project in 6 months, and we're gonna open 2,000 restaurants in 1 year alone. This is our. So, what do you think will be the capitalization of those 2,000 restaurants? The capitalization of the company after we open 2,000 restaurants in 1 year will be around $5 billion. But for that, we need financing in the amount of $200 million, and that's what we're doing. We're raising funds. We're trying to raise a lot of investments. Why $5 million capitalization? Because in China they have Luckin Coffee company. I guess many of you heard about this unique company. In 1 year, in 18 months, they opened 2,300 restaurants, and they launched IPO in New York, $5 billion worth. And if we are able to have the same pace, I guess our capitalization will be assessed at $5 billion too. Alex, we now have 5% of the equity of the company. We're going to have 50-50 franchise in Russia and Kazakhstan, and 100% franchise in Belarus. All right? So, if together with leaders at Goa, we decide to finance you, what are the opportunities in addition to capitalization for us? So what our company gets? Well, at the moment, you and I have a partnership in 3 areas. The first area is a share in the chief company. You get 5%. You now have 5%. So if we have the capitalization of $5 billion, your share will be $250 million. And the second area is so-called managerial franchise, meaning that you will own restaurants and we manage those restaurants. You first get all the money you invested back, and then we share profits 50-50. That's how you have already financed 100 restaurants in this manner. So you own the restaurants, and we are the managers of those restaurants. So we have this very tight partnership. And the third area, it's a traditional franchise in which you both own restaurants and you manage those restaurants. In Belarus, we're going to have this option. So you have an exclusive franchising rights for the entire territory of Belarus. You'll both own and manage, and of course we're going to use the traditional franchising here. Well, we can also expand to other markets in those 3 areas. So 200 millions that you need right now to open up 2,000 restaurants, right? Yes. So if we finance part of the entire amount, so what will be our share, market share? Well, we need to make the serious math here. That's not something that you can make a ballpark estimation. We need to... Well, I just giving my personal estimation. I'm telling you the amount of money we need. $200 million for us to open 2,000 restaurants, and the capitalization is, as I told you, $5 billion. So we can also see what would be the avenues for our partnership from then on. So I have another question, two questions. So if you see, we have more than 100 countries represented here. If they want to have exclusive franchising rights to have in their own countries, they can go to your website and get the information, right? And you being a business coach, we have a lot of entrepreneurs here. What would be your recommendation as a practicing business coach? What do you recommend to our advice to our businessmen here? If you're interested in franchising rights, we already are present in 10 countries. You can both get in touch with your management and they will get in touch with us, and we can discuss the options. What would I recommend or wish? I would wish that you set yourself ambitious goals. In my opinion, in order to become successful, you need to set yourselves ambitious goals. Close your eyes and visualize your goals. Please close your eyes and visualize your goals. Have you done it? And now take this goal and multiply it by 10. That should have been your goal. The higher the goal that you set before you, the easier it will be for you to get it. You don't have to care how you're going to achieve it. Your goal should really be scaring. If your goal doesn't scare you, it is an incorrect goal. Your goal should be so ambitious that the internal feeling that you must think that there is only 1% chance, or like 1,000 to 1 chance that you're gonna achieve that goal. Otherwise, it's not an ambitious goal. And the second thing I would like to recommend to you to do, and I do it every day, I have a mantra, and it goes as follows: the impossible is possible. The impossible is possible. And I repeat it several times. And if you have an ambitious goal and you believe that the impossible is possible, then you can achieve everything you ever wished for. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. And our next partner, Serik Tarakesh. Yeah, the mic is operational. Can you please boost the volume up of the microphones of our partners, okay? Serik, could you please give us some brief information about the company? And I already covered some of the areas during my meeting with managers, but in your opinion, what are the promising areas of cooperation with our company? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I see that people in the front rows are listening to me only. I would like to congratulate you on your birthday, 50th year anniversary. That's the time when a child can run, walk, and do something on his or her own. Accept my sincerest congratulations. Believe your dreams. Go to the very end. Never give up. As for our cooperation and collaboration, I guess half a year ago we met in Minsk, right? And when I went to India, we had a President Council meeting, and we came up with a very interesting idea for collaboration for SWIG platform and SWIG. And I guess we have very good avenues opening for us in all markets. This platform will enable a lot of businessmen to save and earn through our platform. Malls, huge companies that spend like millions of dollars on creating loyalty systems. Our company will provide it free of charge and will allow you to monetize and digitalize an entire market. This tool will be at your disposal, at the disposal of SWIG. You are our top priority, and those of you who are aware, you will be the pioneers here. You are the starting point. Sarek, our leaders asked me to ask you why our partners are willing to work with us. We are multi-level crowd investing company. You know, we have a lot of bad news and yellow press scandals, etc. I remember you were engaged in MLM and you achieved quite considerable heights in that business. So could you please explain us how did you manage to achieve such success in the MLM? Yes, I've been working for 15 years in MLM, and I think there are some legends around me in the MLM world. I have huge experience, but I left MLM a couple of years ago because every one of us has a moment when you reach your ceiling and you want to go through that ceiling. And that's what happened to me. I have a lot of companies, and one of those companies is SWIG company. Why I'm interested in working with SWIG, let me tell you right away. You have a huge community of loyal people who will follow their dream. And when you have great ideas and when you have money to support it, you need community that would believe in it, that would use it, and would be the gospelers of the idea. I know you know what gospeler it means. So who has Android here? Please raise your hand. Android-based smartphones. Okay? Who has iPhones? Androids, hands go down. Those companies don't pay you money. But if you start arguing which is best, Android or iPhone, you're gonna kill yourself. You're loyal without being paid. Now imagine that you will be able to defend your product knowing that you co-own that product. Do you agree? Now, as for the second question, how did I manage to achieve success in MLM? I heard I heard Andrei's story sitting. Remember, he sat in the gallery during his first meetings, and I was also in the same position. I was irritated by people sitting in the front rows because they are the cream and they enjoy life most, and I was envious of them. And I really support Andrei's idea that your goals should be ambitious. You need to aim for the stars, and if you want to achieve success in your life, let me give you a quote. If you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. You should collect people around you who can be your role models, because people who are drawing you down, they will be always there. You don't need them. Of course, at Goa, we'll discuss the implementation technology together, right? Yeah, well, now we have a kind of a briefing, orientation, but Presidents and Directors Council, together with Andrei at Goa, will provide you more details about cooperation. Hopefully, you will be able to win you over to our side, and I'm open for cooperation. Well, as far as our cooperation and profits are concerned, the return on investment will start from the very first month of operations. Well, some of our projects have 18 or even 24 months payback period. Yes, in our case, it's from month one. In Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, we have already started monetization, and when we're joined by this huge community, I'm sure that profits will be received in the first months. Well, you all know Amazon platform, don't you? You know Jeff Bezos too. I admire this person. You know why? Who knows how much Jeff Bezos earns per hour? $4.5 million Even if he's in his toilet, he earns. When he's picking his nose, he's earning. When he eats, he sleeps. He's talking on the phone, he earns money. He's earning money. So I want your hour be very expensive too, even more expensive than his hour is. JennyPay is our another partner, Evgeny Kabanov. We can start implementing it in spring. Hello everyone, everywhere. Today I would like to describe you a unique technology invested in by all of you. I would like to say a few words about dreaming first. When I closed my eyes, my goal was to become the distributor of all the Earth products on Mars. And when they told me multiply it by 10, I said, how can I multiply it by 10? But I guess you can. Now, as far as JennyPay technology is concerned, who uses Visa, MasterCard, and other similar cards? When you put your card to a card reader and then the money is withdrawn from your account. Yes, all of you do it. Fintech, financial tools are always at the forefront of the planet. Everyone uses it. Of course, SWIG company could not ignore it and not launch a project and invest money in financial technologies, because fintech is the most profitable and quickest investment ever and is in demand everywhere. JennyPay. This is the name that we picked. What it does? It's very similar to the one you use, but there is a difference. How much is the greedy bank's commission? What, 2-3% for giving you the opportunity to pay for your purchases using cards? Who pays those commissions? You do. You pay 2-3% for that. I like the ideas developed by SWIG for people to pay less and live better. And this is the concept that we implemented in JennyPay. JennyPay uses modern technologies. They use blockchain in order to transfer fiat money, but other digital values. In particular, everything, you use your smartphone, you apply it to the device, which accepts not only fiat money, but digital e-money, whatever is in your wallet. A lot of nations across the globe do not use fiat money anymore, they use e-money only. And people who do it can implement this idea not only for online stores or physical stores, but for websites, etc. This project has already been put into operation. We're now at the acceleration stage and scaling up. We've held negotiations in Germany with René, a chain of supermarkets, 5,000 stores in Berlin, who beg us to get them the access to Asian markets. In March, our guys will finish the product line, which will be which can be sold to any selling point. This is a very good, innovative product, and instead of paying 2%, you'll pay 0.2%, and you'll earn doing so, because blockchain does not have employees. It doesn't have to pay salaries to banks, etc. Those greedy guys, it's like a guarantor for you. One more thing. This device, which is very important for all of us, can accept units. SWIG units, that's very important. And units directly from your pocket, wallet, on foot, through blockchain, will go to the e-wallet of the store, with no intermediaries, no banks, no Visa, no one. No middleman. I guess more and more stores will join in. That's very cool. And of course, we're gonna use with our bank. Come conventional Visa, MasterCard things, but will make our tariffs as cheap as possible, lower than all of our competitors. We don't have branches, but we have 500,000 people. So our goal is to make UNIT an accepted payment across the globe. That's the task that we set in front of us, and we've already started implementing it. You can already pay with UNITs.
Why do shops need all this and all the others? Because everyone wants new markets, new customers and clients. And we put one device and it accepts any types of money, including electronic money. And of course, it is widely used in Asia, and any German market says, give access to me. This is a good advantage, and let's support together this project. Now you can take a picture of this QR code to enter our website and read more, all the details, and let's support the project, disseminate it throughout the world, and most importantly, let's make it through high technologies and some magic which Genie Pay gives to all of us. Thank you very much. It goes from the word Gene. Well, look, Genie Pay system plus She-Card and all the entrepreneurial classes, entertainment centers, shopping malls, smaller, larger businesses, we can reach out them all, and as Evgeny said, to make sure that UNIT is much more beneficial than any other exchange system. So, a wave of applause, please. Now we will leave. I'm passing the floor to Nurnal Mamakeyev, our working project, Asian Marvel. Why? He will tell you on his own, and then there will be a surprise, and afterwards you remember, I still will share some very important news with you. Nurlan, I'm passing the microphone to you, but we are leaving for the time being.